So greetings, Royal Sounds. You can see on the visual soon there's a bagger man in the studio. So greetings, Kings, and introduce yourself to the people then.
Start from top. Yeah, man. I'm Hannibal. Hannibal, the artist.
Yes, blessings. It's AJ, the bass player for Royal Sounds.
And it's Sempah, vocalist in Royal Sounds.
Yes, Gyasi, guitarist from Royal Sounds.
And it seems like Hannibal is the free man still, because he's the only man that didn't state his ranking of the Royal Sounds. So would you like to tell the people what your position is, or you're just free acts in this?
Yes. So yes, I'm also the artist as well. You know, come with those tough lyrics all the time. You know, I have to. Yeah, man.
So we're gonna explore the journey of how you become the Royal Sounds, but I think let's strike while the iron's hot. We have to speak to you about the track we just played, No Amnesia. The video's big, doing big things on the YouTube. Man, them are coming proper, even though the phone's ringing, but we keep it moving still. So yes, Kings, just explain to us, you know, the inspiration of how that track, No Amnesia, came about.
Well, Amnesia is a tune that it's a deep tune to us all, really. Cause when we first like sat down in the studio to plan out this track meant so much because it's showing us that we ain't forgetting our roots. You understand? We ain't got amnesia. Cause enough time people like they come about and they forget where they come from and they forget that certain things did happen and forget our ancestors. So we just want to show them, say, yo, we don't have amnesia. We not forget Babylon a deceiver. You understand? So I love vibe we are bringing the same way.
And you know what's even more powerful, like I just said, is that, you know, sometimes you get a song and then you get a video and they don't correlate with each other, but I felt that the video was powerful and strong. So for those that are yet to see the video, could you describe the video to the people then?
Yeah, can I do that?
Yeah, go on.
Yes, yeah, I'll definitely explain this. Well, as you can see up in London, you see all the music that's going on right now. Our mission is to get the right music out. We're gonna say the right words, and we want people to listen, not just hear the music and just go off the next day and forget. We want it to stick in their heads. So we feel if everyone's seeing the UK music, the music videos and how they are. So I thought maybe if we do somewhat like that to get the people's attention, but the lyrics will come conscious. That I call infiltration.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Power
And it
word,
definitely
power,
got our attention, and you know, from what I saw on the social networks, it's got enough one's attention as well. But I feel with what you just said, which was quite deep, it's now time to really explore how the Royal Sounds were born and how you came about. So let's go into that a little bit. How did the link come about for the Royal Sounds?
Yeah.
Separate links.
Well, like, firstly, me and my brother, because we've been making music and playing instruments for a long while, like, after a good few years, we just thought, yeah, we can actually make a band and do this thing proper. So then we formed Royal Sounds, just us two, and then Hannibal coming from the rap scene.
Wow.
Yeah, so like he just put his lyrics on a reggae beat and then started drifting to more towards the reggae side. And then like a couple years later or a year later, we met Sempah, did a short Hootenanny, and then from there, like it was just a one link. Like.
And it was a blessing because I'm coming from like a dancehall sector, like that side of things, like DJing about things that not necessarily I would DJ about now. So it's like it's a journey that it took me a while to come to this journey, but when I met the IDM, it's like we just gel same time and we just make it happen from this. And then by then I started to sing more conscious tunes, because before Slackness and them things, then I really run it, so had to kind of switch it around and, you know, embrace my roots more, and that's when Royal Sound just born.
Yeah, I say from about 2012, like the end, that's when we formed it proper.
Yeah, man, big up, and I can relate to that still, because even as a DJ, you know, I was playing different tunes, I'm not gonna lie, because we grew up in London, there's different cultures around, you know what I mean? But before we go forward, I have to big up man like Sempah, Because man came through with the water, the alkaline water.
Water,
keeping everyone
water,
fresh in the building. You know what I mean? So I have to
Hydration,
big you up, man. So yeah, I understand that the IDM, Gyasi and AJ, you have a musical background.
Yeah.
Your father was in a big band.
right,
So
Russ's,
yeah, man, like break it down to the people, man.
Like, yeah, he was a guitarist with Prince Lincoln and the Royal Russes, like doing enough shows all over the country and that.
Yeah, man.
So yeah, we just took the teachings from him and just brought it on to ourselves, that kind of thing. Yeah.
From the early days.
Yeah, like, he's always been our teacher kind of thing.
Yeah, man. Yes, sir.
So naturally, that's why the I just picked up the guitar normal.
Yeah, like, it's natural to come normal to us. Like.
So now we're on the brothers, we'll do the brother spotlight, because for those that, everyone knows, but me and Heartical are brothers too.
Yeah,
No,
man, I can see
we're
it
still,
still.
we're all brothers on a deeper level. We're all
Yeah,
brothers
yeah,
on
yeah,
a deeper
yeah,
level,
yeah.
but I know for me it's a joy to come each week and do something I love alongside my brother. So what is it like now, you know, creating the music as brothers, and then bringing your mission and the bigger works once it's completed to the stage for the people, and looking across the stage and seeing your brother? Describe that feeling, both man, to the people then.
Yeah, it's a real joy, because as Gyasi said, we've been learning from a young age, playing together, just in the room playing together, just trying to practice. And then for us to actually have built something of our own kind of thing and seeing it manifest is a great feeling, that when we're on the stage and we're playing our own music that we've created from scratch and people are dancing to it, it's like, it feels good. So yeah, just to see us grow together, like we've been growing together from the beginning, and you're doing the same kind of work, it's a joy, man. You can't ask for more.
And that's the thing, talking of rhythms and productions, I've seen the clips on YouTube and I've heard the sound. So explain the process of like making a rhythm, like how does that happen?
You see, like,
Making
I think
music firstly, like make the music.
we don't even make rhythms still, we make music.
Okay.
Alright. Man broke it down like that.
I'd say the process is kind of mad still, because there's no. When we're doing music, we don't even really talk that much. It's kind of weird. If someone was to kind of watch us from the outside, you'd think like, what's going on? And then you go away and come back and you just hear
It's all vibration.
It's a kind of vibration, because we've kind of been doing it from creation. So it's kind of like a look, or just will play something and be like, yeah, come. And all of a sudden it's just turned into the tune, and then yeah, it's just music, man.
So like you say, you're making music, so it's not a thing where you're using like the digital stuff. It's organic.
Music comes natural, like it comes in all different forms. It could be me and Hannibal might have a verse or a chorus, and then we just link up, go in the studio, and when four of us are there, the magic just starts. As AJ said, more time it won't be no speaking, not even no singing at first. It would just be we're looking at each other vibration wise, and we just say, yeah man, that chord, and we just start work from there and build.
And it just comes organic.
It just comes natural.
I like that, man. Mikey.
Now I've seen, you know, the IDM perform live, and one thing that is impressive is the energy, especially Hannibal and Sempah, man. You man really enjoy yourself, really and truly. So we've talked about the rhythm side of things, so now it's about the lyrics. Okay, now one thing that I like about you two, I'm a lyric man myself, as you know, and one thing I like is the balance of the two different styles. Now you kind of answered the question I was going to ask you, but you can tell you possibly come, Hannibal, from a rap kind of MCing background. So could you tell the people a little about that?
School time, year 11, I used to rap, and the lyrics that I used to do was just that typical breeze. Yeah, my name was Cannibal.
Cannibal.
It's true. And the true say it was clash times. It was clash times, innit? Those round those times, 2010 and everything, and we're doing a clash. So when people ask why they call me Cannibal, they're like, oh, it's E people on the mic. You know what I'm saying? All these things,
alive.
But then this happened, and this continued for like at least 3 years, at least a year, until 2012, where I started hanging around at my uncle's gallery. We used to sell some pictures, nice pictures as well.
Wow.
And had a studio at the back, you know. So one time, I must have got involved with the music. I think there was a show coming on, and then he asked me, "Yeah, I want to put you on. What's your stage name, son?" And then it was like, "Cannibal." Oh, what the but you see, my uncle, he just gets straight to it. He said, "No, can't come in and Hannibal." You say you just cut it out, and I'm like, isn't that the same thing? But they just didn't say no more. Printing off 2 pages to go read them up.
It's a deeper one still.
Man, find out about the real Hannibal.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
also
Deeper
the
one.
inspiration from Barkers himself as well. I get
Yes, sir.
a lot of inspiration, you know, tactics wise, and just being prudent in everyday life,
Yeah, man.
vigilant.
So, Mr. Sempah now, your time now, come in. So, tell us about the journey, lyrically, musically, of how you became Russ Sempah.
My name was Russ Sempah in my baller days, when more time I didn't really embrace my roots too tough. It was called Sempah, just Sempah. And as I said before, I started off like doing dancehall music, so it's more slackness. I used to sing about, sing about weapon and gun, and these things where we end up going to that side because what we hear going on. And obviously I grew up on Bob Marley, I grew up on Peter Tosh, I grew up on not reggae in general, and it's only I strayed to that side because it felt like that was what was exciting, what was everyone. Mr. Listen, Cartel, like, and as much as the lyricist, I realised that certain things is not for me. So I had to find myself within the music, and I worked with a lot of different artists and come to form. And when I meet up with the them, it's like the vibes just click. More time is like with us brothers. More time, if you check it out, it's just like just brotherly love. And when it comes to lyric wise, I always try. I have a picture in my head, and I make it. I just convert it into words. Sometimes I prefer to write. Hannibal, he'll write in his head and just flow it down. I'm a man there's times when I do that same way, but I like to write and structure this and stuff like that. But it's all about word power and sound, and try to push the knowledge to the people. That's the most important thing, is what you're saying in the music. Not how you're singing it, not how you say it, but it's what you're saying as well,
Yeah, man. And it's true, what you're saying in the music is really important. And for me, it was refreshing. I think it was about 2013. I saw like your first video, the one which featured Rasbet Fire Bing. Big up Fire Bing. Big up.
One of the big things I know.
Yeah, man. Just that. So how did that link come about for that tune then?
When we first did the show, after that we were sitting down in the back room in Hootenanny, and we was thinking, you know what, we definitely can form something together, like all of us, like we've got a strong team, obviously we were still fresh getting to know each other, but it was like, we can do this. So we started to form that, and then we had the first studio vibes. That's what came out from it. And it was just, I see them coming from my mind. And from there, we just spread it out, and we just kept on growing from there.
And even that rhythm there, that was the first live rhythm that me and Gyasi ever made together as well. So it kind of all linked in.
It just came together perfectly.
It's like you made it for when time we reach together and link,
It was just there like that, and that was a big tune. I think it was also filmed by Rustar Vision.
Videos.
Man, like Rasta Marley.
I know you might know that.
Big man.
So big him up too.
Yes,
Yeah, man. Now, like I say, I've seen you perform live, and I've seen the progress, and I've seen the growth, and I see the catalogue building. I know there's new tunes coming, but there's still some of the old tunes that man have to talk about still. So one tune that I was even watching it today when I should have been working, I was watching your video. Don't tell my boss. I had to have a little watch, But I watched Embrace Your Love, and it made me remember, watching you perform and seeing the people enjoying themselves. So how have you embraced the love that the people are showing you as Royal Sounds?
We just try to keep providing them with good music, kind of thing. Like, once you put out good music and then they accept it, you just got to keep giving them more, kind of thing. Yeah, so we've been doing like EPs, videos, and we're working on the album at the moment.
And the Embrace Your Love tune was a deep tune as well, because during those times, like when we look back at those times, it's like, in life, certain times it's like a mark, like a memory. And it's like when we look back, it was like, I remember sitting down in the studio, building that tune, and it was all about embracing it, because those times we started to, me personally, started to embrace Jah Love more than I ever did, because I was around such people for help my growth as well, and vice versa. So that was the good thing about it. So when I'm singing it and on stage singing that tune, it's like I feel it, and people will see that I feel it, and it's a blessing still.
And off mic, one thing I was bigging up the item about is how you came here today prepared. And another track that I listened to today was, I've listened to it many times, but I listened to it again today, was Prepare. And it's a tune that we supported on the Inner Gold show. So could you tell the people that have heard that track on the show and loved it, what was the inspiration behind that track?
Yes. Doing Prepare, because doing the music as well, it's also like learning, because the kind of music we're doing, we're always, mostly the majority, let's say 95%, we're going to be around conscious people. The things that we're doing, the places that we'll go, and every person we come across, they always have something to say, some sort of knowledge to hear, and that's what I love doing. I just, everywhere I go, when I conversate with people, people want to talk, you know, we have a nice conversation, we learn these things, and then it makes me realize that we're not like, if you really want to make change on this planet, like we have to step up, you know what I'm saying? And I can't just do it. It can't just be done instantly, you know? And another thing is unity as well. That is the main thing as well, is people need to come together, because we're all the same. If we come together, it's just like a big something to make the change, you know? So it's like, people need to prepare. Obviously, there's definitely people preparing right now, but we need to have the rate of it more.
It doesn't mean, like, as you said, like, it doesn't mean direct, like, it has to happen now. Prepare, you know, it means that you have to prepare, you have to build to get that knowledge, you know, knowledge, spiritually, all these things, is, you know.
Yes, sir. And like the item say, it's a journey, because you know, we grew up here in London, there's many other influences, but the most important thing is that we're all here now, we're all on the path trying to get somewhere, so you have to be prepared. You know, them way there. So that's the thing, we've been talking for a while now, so I think it's only right that we go into that track. So did the item want to introduce it to the people then?
Yeah, this is Prepare by Royal Sounds, and we got a video out for it as well.
So check it out, people.
Yourself.
Yes, sir.
But I think it sounds better coming from you than me. Could you just remind the people then what the tracks were that the people just heard?
Well, the track they just heard was Prepare. We did that last year, and Embrace Your Love, which is a very deep tune as well, and that was 2013 from the Awakening EP that I did during that time. Yeah, so what the people them love it, because we have more vibes to bring to them, you know.
And they're all on the YouTube, yeah?
Yeah, all on the YouTube. We have a video for Embrace Your Love and Prepare. They're all, once you type in Royal Sounds Prepare, it's all there, and you know, on the Facebook and stuff like that, you can find it.
Now, keeping it on the topic of the music, it is all about the music. One thing we've noticed that a lot of the tunes you have dub versions of them as well. Now, how important is dub music to the Royal Sounds?
It's important still, like, it has a fair part, like, to play, but like recently we've been getting into dubbing our own material ourselves as well. Like, I do the dubbing myself.
See.
So yeah, we're just trying to get that dub version to give to the soundman and that as well.
Well, we're ready, man.
We're
ready.
It's important still. It's important because certain sounds they like to get the dub as well.
Yeah, man. And talking of dub, what are some of the other musical influences of the Royal Sounds?
I say everything, you know, everything that, especially when there's live instruments involved, because like from our dad being our teacher, he would show us from Prince to Bob Marley, from James Brown to BB King to all different types of music still. So it doesn't, even when you listen to our music, like obviously we stay rooted, but there's elements of all different types of music we like to draw in when it's called for it.
Yeah, man, I respect that to the fullest still. And like I say, just going back to the dub talk and stuff, like one tune that I really loved was Rise Up. And I know the dub version also featured like a Shanti Sealer as well, son of the legendary Shanti I. So how did the link up come with a man like him?
Well, like Jamel, bass player from Rasite.
Yes,
like he just
man like Tortoise.
Yes, like he just linked us up with Ashanti a couple of years back. Then he's already been into this dub thing for a long time, so like made Rise Up and he just did a dub for us. Yeah,
Yeah, man.
that was
It
the
was
link.
just like
serious
that.
dub, serious.
Yes, I am. Yeah, man. One other thing that I have to rate about the item is just seeing the item at nearly every show that's happening. Even the ones that we can't go to, we see it through the Instagram. You was at something to do with Africa, Sempah.
The Kwanzaa thing.
Yeah, man's just traveling and getting there. So one thing I wanted to know is that, like, what were your thoughts on the current, like, UK reggae scene?
Yeah, man, there's some great artists out there still. So a lot of great artists. That's why we go around to these different events, because we definitely like to take in certain inspirations and see what's going and stay current.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, there's a lot of good artists.
Yeah, there's
out
good
there.
artists still, but there's not a lot of reggae bands though in the UK. Not many.
So when you say reggae, are we saying roots or?
Yeah,
There's
there's
not
a lot of
reggae
roots.
in general. There's a couple reggae bands like, but there's not as many like say in Jamaica and that.
For real.
The time for Rise Up.
All
All of them.
Like a lot of people, they're not really playing instruments as well.
Yes, I. It's real, and that's one thing, because I had to do an article for the Bang Radio website, which you'll see right now if you go into wearebang.com. And I was just doing my research, and I was looking at the days of old where you would have like the Aswards, the still posters, even in more recent times like the Rassites and stuff like that. But you know, nowadays, like most people, obviously we have the grime scene over here, so obviously a lot of men are doing their own production. So, like, how important is it to make that organic music?
That's the main.
That's where it all started. Back in the day, there weren't no Pro Tools and reason to program stuff. Like, you had to get musicians in the studio.
And when you're doing it that way, you get the real. You feel something from it. It's not just a man behind the computer. You can hear if a man's done something special on the guitar just for that one bar. Like that might be your favorite part of the track, kind of thing. If you just have it behind a computer, you're not gonna get them special things.
So it's about the feeling.
Yeah, it's a feeling thing. It has to be. Reggae is especially in reggae, like it's a feeling
music
thing,
still. It's even the same with being like a selector. Like it's all about having vinyl for me. You get me? It's good to have the MP3s, but to have that feel of the vinyl.
Some fear still.
You get me? So I'm looking forward to that from the item as well. So yeah, man, Mikey.
Now, as we're talking about performing, you know, I've had the joy of seeing you perform a couple times. And let me share a little story. The first time I saw the item perform, I didn't even know you man were the performers. I remember being at Vibes and Pressure, and I was just standing there, and I was with a couple man them, and you were obviously mutual people that we now everyone knows everyone. So we were kind of standing side by side. And twos, I just see the man them just walk on the stage calmly and just shell on dance, brethren. So yeah, go on, but man just come here, man didn't even really take off his jacket, man, going on as he was and just shell down the dance. So that first time now I saw you with ones like Respect Fire Bingy, and I saw you with Empress Armania, Empress. I shared the stage with myself. So and we've been playing the track Rocky Road as well. So could you tell the people them how that track came about and big up the lead school?
Like, cause she's working on the album at the moment and we're gonna produce it. So that was one of the first tracks that she come to us with. So yeah, she just sent us like a guide voice. Like we made the music to it. A couple of weeks later, like she come down to our studio and we just recorded it. And yeah, Rocky Road, that's out now.
Big track.
That was the first time. That was a vibe. I think it was the second time I saw you at Vibes and Pressure. Now you brought out like a special guest that I wasn't expecting, and it was Marla Brown. Now we know her, we've interviewed her on the show. For those that don't know, the daughter of Dennis Emmanuel Brown. And when we interviewed her the first time, she spoke very highly of you. So what was it like working with her and now seeing her success and growth since those times?
Yeah, it was nice, man. She's a blessed sister, man. She linked us
around
up.
the corner as well. Like.
Oh yeah, she literally lives around the corner from us as well. We didn't even know until the link was made, kind of thing. But yeah, she linked us up and we did a few works with her before she worked on her EP. But yeah, she's a blessed sister and it was good working with her still. It's good to see her doing her thing. It's good to see her doing her thing, man. And she's grounded still as well, so it's good, man.
So what, any future works in the pipeline?
With Marla Brown? Well, who knows? You have to watch the space, kind of thing. Because we're local, anything can happen and we're in the same kind of field, so it could happen still.
Have to make the link.
Man.
Yes, sir. And one thing I remember a few years ago, I was just chilling with the family, and for some reason it was on the One Show. And then all of a sudden, I don't know why. Don't ask me why. Two, I see the item. I was like, like the man them were on like BBC, like the man them make it on them kind of levels. So
Okay, I remember what you're talking.
I think it was like the One Love Festival. So like, tell the people some of the shows you've done. And
to be honest, we've done. Well, that show was in Milton Keynes, One Love Festival. We've performed a lot of places still. You know, we haven't reached out the UK yet as a band. Yeah. But obviously all in the pipeline. But we've performed Jazz Cafe. I think that was with with Levi Roots, his album launch. Wow. We opened up for him. We've we've been all around Hootenanny. We've been passing clouds, you know, and we've done little small venues. Obviously on March the 1st as well. We've got we're gonna be on London Live TV. It's a blessing still because it's excitement, but I want to spread the vibes. You don't know who's listening. For real, you know, for them to take up reggae on that show and try. So on the 1st of March, still obviously acoustic thing. We want to keep everybody, you know, involved and know what time and that. But it's a good vibe still.
Yes, sir. And talking of like the BBC, I know man like Gyasi has been there on a regular basis with man like Kiko Buns. So how did that link come about with him?
His people rehearse. They rehearse on top of where Levi Roots rehearsed. Okay. And then like I was rehearsing with Levi Roots one day, and then one of the MDs that come down, they need a guitarist, like, and then from there that was the link. Yes, we rehearsed in the same place as Levi as well.
And I see that you went to like Glastonbury and stuff, so how was that experience?
That was a good experience, Carl. That was like my first time doing like a set of major festivals. Yes, sir. That was proper, like you see how everything runs proper and that.
Yeah, man.
And like, cause he's signed to Island Records, so he's got enough big shows coming up and that.
Yeah, man. Big works.
And talking of, you know, playing for other people, I saw like on social media last year, you can't forget man like AJ. I think it was Holly Cook. I see man travelling in Europe and thing. What was that like?
Christian as well, man. She's vibesy, very vibesy. I went with her to Paris, Switzerland, Italy. I did about 6 or 7 shows with her last year. It was real nice, all big packed festivals. She's quite well known out in Europe still. She's very well known out there still.
Yes, sir.
And tell some of the people then between you've played with a lot of other artists. It is about the Royal Sounds, but I know you have to tell the people them that don't know Wagwan. Like you say, our street we call it, our story. So tell the people them some of the other artists you supported.
We supported Joy Mac. We supported Gappy Ranks, Niels Joseph. Jazz has played with Frankie Paul.
Wow.
Dropping any names, Winston Reedy.
We've got a tune coming out with Maccabee.
Oh yeah, Maccabee.
Man like Maccabee, you know.
There's a lot of names that I can't even remember all of them, but yeah, we worked with quite a few artists too.
Yes, sir. Yeah. And I know off air we were talking about Ital food and the pictures that I've seen on the Instagram recently of them Ital dishes there, king. Boy, you get me? It's special. So
keep with temple holy, you know. With not just when we mean holy, we mean we have to keep it, you know, alkaline base. You understand? So as over the years, I start to find out certain knowledge and certain things, and you know, starting cutting out certain things, and just fully go over to the vegan side. And from then, you just feel I'm full of life. I can't wait to touch a stage now.
So the energy levels are definitely up. Yeah. So let's say, you know, the item do a tour across the UK and you're on the tour bus and things. Who would be the chefs? Who would be the chefs? Who would be cooking up?
Me and Gyasi still we chef up something mad in the kitchen.
Like Sempah and Gyasi, yeah.
What they say now? The other man them are the peelers. Plate wash of them.
Yeah, you know you have to.
I know disrespect.
The whole that we cook still. The whole that we cook and then.
And that's what I say, every man plays a part.
They enjoy it.
So you're the sensible ones, the tasters.
Yeah, give the review.
Man say it like that, but in your, that's how the man do it.
Every man plays a role.
Everyone has their part still.
So yeah, man, it's a balance thing. It's a balance thing.
Sometimes I'll be the one to just grab grab a full bowl as a taster. And
See, you're the smart one.
Don't see him till it's done.
I'll tell you that story, see? There was a time I was out at my house cooking and Hannibal came through. I think it was Gyasi's birthday still. And we had a little gathering at my house and he came through and I think I made some lentils and some rice or something. And Hannibal, I gave him a fork. I gave him a fork and them thing there. Yo, the brother started take 2 spoon out of him. Say, yo, listen, I need a spoon, you know, for
yeah. And deal with fart.
And the man, yo, no,
Deal with fart, man. Yeah.
Do you know what? I have to big up man like Hannibal because certain times it's called spoon work. That's what I feel. The fork's good.
I don't like
it's a spoon thing.
I come like a posh thing. I have no time for that. You need food.
Trust me, man.
Food. About good food, you know?
So, you know, on a serious note now, what strikes me about you gentlemen is the fact that it seems to be more than music. You know, the people that can see on the camera, it seems to be a liberty from, you know, some man come and they got 3 chains and platinum diamonds. You have to put on your sunglasses and them thing there. But you guys seem very cultural as well. So do the two go hand in hand, and how important is the cultural side of things to you?
To be honest, that helps us a lot. That's how we can put the vibes into the music. Without the roots and without knowing ourselves, there's no way we could even give you like good music, you know. And we're always gonna continue because every day we're evolving spiritually and mentally and gaining that knowledge. So if it takes us a while it takes a while to gain more knowledge, but as it goes on, more vibes is showing. And if you look at me, we just have my bees. I have a big up balancing bees for the bees, you know. Cause I even set the thing mad, and you know we just walk with the anchor and we just have to know ourselves, you know.
We got cerebral every time. I even see man with Sizzler, you know.
Yeah, man.
In a judgment, yeah. So he's doing his thing.
Yeah, man. Him all a reasoning with Sizzler, and Sizzler got a couple beats from him, man. Yeah, so then man was around there and he liked the vibe, man. He went, when was it? I think he came back about over a month ago. But yeah, it was a nice one. So I see the picture up and I was like, oh, your boss it.
Man, I move.
Yeah.
So with you being true to who you are and the message you are, the message that you have, what kind of challenges do you face as a result of standing for what you believe in?
As young men, black men, growing up in this society, people of our age, obviously they're like our different peers, they're doing all different kind of things. So it's staying grounded and staying focused on the mission kind of thing, and just making sure that, cause we want to get through to them same people as well, but at the same time we want to make sure we stay grounded to our message. So it's just about, the challenge is just making sure we can produce something for them as well as stay grounded, you know what I'm saying? So I think them kind of challenges and just keeping focused on it.
And what we mainly want to do, we want to make a permanent impact on people's minds as well, you know, because I've seen how people like the trend of certain things and how quick people are and how quick they are to follow it. So I'm thinking we need to do something to make this happen with, you know, with the man. And anything I don't mind, so long as just something positive and something that they can gladly and happily give to their youths or the next generation. Because me just coming home to my mum's yard and hearing my little sister saying a few things, I can't deal with that, man. You know, I had enough of that. So I just want to put some righteousness out there, and you know, like.
And I think another challenge is obviously, like we said, we've come from a certain background. We haven't, obviously Rasta's been in our hearts and in our blood from early, but we've had to take a journey to get to it. So I think just obviously people that might know you from before kind of thing, they take to you differently because you look different and you move kind of different. But you're the same kind of person, but you're just more grounded and more stronger. So the challenge of letting people know that you're still the same, but
you're still real. Even with man like me, like I'm not gonna lie, I like watching football. You know what I mean? Just because I'm Ras now and you know, I have a certain consciousness.
But you're vibrationally aware.
So I know I overstand more, and I don't get as involved. You get me? If my team lose, it happens. You get me? It's, you know, before man would be brilliant, but it's all the team said.
It's like with me, you know, man don't like to smack a man up in any kind of Street Fighter game, you know what I'm saying? But still, man gets...
That's big talk,
you know what I'm saying?
If anyone wants to challenge
You know what? I'm not gonna lie, I can see why man was called Hannibal. But then up to Street Fighter, man don't rap. That was about the thing.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. So yeah, it's real. But like I say, coming back to the music, I know Burning Inspiration is dropping this year, and I believe you have a track that is coming out this week.
Exclusive.
That is here, ready to be played. So tell us about that track.
Boy, Vampire Slayer, the track name. I'm not gonna cut corners. I'm just gonna go straight to it. And boy, to be honest, how we came about that track was we had a show in Hootenanny. I think it was last year, and me and Hannibal, in rehearsal, we was just rehearsing, and then that song just came about from then, and then we just started to build on it. Then we listened back to it and said, you know what, I think we could make this into an actual track, you know, and try to make it sound live like when we was performing it. So then we just, you know,
and even we got a video for it that's gonna be coming out as well. There's no miming in the video. It was all straight live, straight as it's recording kind of thing. And we just put the vibe together just like that, So Vampire Slayer.
So what you reckon? What, should we give the people a little exclusive? What you reckon?
Man, give it to them, man.
You let me, cause it's out in a few days anyway. So anytime, well, it's out anytime from now. So yeah.
Alright, so you know what? Introduce it. Remember, this is the first time the people them are hearing it, so you know.
Yes, well, this is Vampire
Slayer.
Zimmy.
I want you to see the Slayer.
Vampire beware. And this tune is a serious tune. I want to put it out to the people there, man. People might think vampire, what? Vampire is not real, but
like a protest song.
yeah, vampires is so real. You understand? You have energy vampires. How much bloodshed is being shed around the world and around, you know, in the whole world. There's always some tragedy going on. So we just want to tell them, say we are the Slayer, you know, for the vampire.
Lightning for them.
Lightning stick.
Yeah, the wood stick, the wooden stick won't work.
Yeah, the lightning stick.
Article, you know what to do. You know what to do.
Everything.
Okay, so drums, everything.
Gyasi plays the drums and the guitar, I play the bass and all the keyboards.
Yeah, we got my dad on the lead guitar as well. So.
Big up Pops, big up Pops.
So yes, that is off the forthcoming Burning Inspiration album. So when can the selectors, the people, when can we expect it?
Never! No.
Like that, It's real.
No, we give it to you, man. Don't watch that.
Well, we're aiming for about 10 still.
Just before the summertime, we're on the
You
top
know
of the
what?
summer.
Big up Hannibal.
I'm actually speechless. I had the next thing in my head, but that was like a slide tackle.
You know what? After hearing that, I'm like, I can't wait to hear the full words. You know what I mean?
But yeah, keeping it moving, you know. There's one other thing I have to throw at you is that you have been selected in the Inner Gold International Golden 10. So we sat down and we thought of 10 artists that are gonna make an impact in reggae music from around the world. You're in some good company there, so it's actually a joyful feeling to actually have you in front of us, you know, backing your talk and backing your music, you know, and it's 100% authentic from what I can see. And you know, while you're here, we're gonna have to probably give the people a little something. What do you reckon about that?
Yeah, man. I mean,
Ready.
ready.
Alright, cool. So make sure you stay tuned to Bang Radio. We're going into the break, so we'll see you on the other side. Bless.
Someone's official. Yeah, if you check it on Facebook, Instagram, you can check us up on Twitter. All of the social media, just type in Royal Sounds and you'll find us. And we have a video coming out in a few days' time, so look out for it. It's gonna be a banger. And yeah, we wanna give thanks to the whole Inner Gold team and Bang Radio for having the idea.
Yes, sir.
You know, it's love to spread it. You know, it's just a natural vibe. It's organic. So we just come and You know, we just do this thing.
Man, just come and bang up the booth.
We just love it. Yeah, man. You see me? We just love it, you know?
Yes, sir.
And you know, this is really, it's not even the Inner Gold show right now, it's the Royal Sounds takeover. Man, take over the show.
You remember what you said? It's our story, you know, so don't try.
I ramp, but what I want you to do while it is the Royal Sounds takeover and the people are listening, you've got their ears right now. So is there a final message you want to give your fans and the people of planet Earth right now?
Yes. For the people that love the music, for other artists that are coming up as well and doing their thing, don't give up. A nice advice I always like to give, any lyrics you have in your head and you feel is not good enough, don't dash it away. Keep it in your head or keep it on the paper, whatever. Because one day you will come back to that piece of work and use it because it will be useful. That
and
is
embrace your love and just whatever you do, make sure it's positive. You know, cause anything you put your mind to, you can do it. You understand? Anybody, it's just you have to believe in yourself vibrationally. You know.
Real things, man. And to be honest with you, like we said, this is our story. This is just the beginning of, you know, the man them linking up. Can't wait to have you back now when the album or the next project's released. You know, but it has been a joy and a blessing.
As a selector, I always want to know this. Can we get a date for the album?
He wants that exclusive. He wants it.
No set date yet.
No set date.
Definitely just be looking out for singles coming out up until that time. We're gonna keep dropping singles, so more fire soon come.
Yes, sir.
Keep the fire burning.
So you know what to do, people. Make sure you look into the social media, the Instagrams, the Facebooks, the Twitters, SoundCloud, everything. You know what I mean? So we just want to give thanks for passing through on the Inner Gold show. It's been a joy.
Thanks every time.
And you know what we're gonna do as the takeover's finishing? You know what we're gonna do is reggae month in Jamaica right now. So we're gonna let the them choose the next tune that you would like us to play. You know, as you're leaving.
Any tune.
Any tune as long as Heartical.
Do you know what? I'm gonna flip it up, you know, because it's reggae month. We've had some great Strongs from Dennis Emmanuel Brown to the Gong himself, Bob Marley. You get me? You can choose 3 tracks of all time.
I'll choose one.
Alright.
Natural Mystic.
Alright.
And I'll choose the next one. Forever Loving Jack. Bob.
Yes, sir. And one more. Hannibal, Gyasi.
Dennis. Money in my pocket.
Money in my pocket.
Yeah, man.
So you heard it there, people. We're gonna play those tunes right now. So big up to the Royal Sounds each and every time.
Yeah, man.
Yes,
big up man like Expanda for coming down and capturing capturing all the footage. So look out for that coming soon to the YouTube. Yes, sir. Big up the Royal Sounds.
All right, love.
Yes, sir.
I respect.
Bless.